Hi everyone! It is the end of the month, so that of course means favourites time. Now I have quite a wide selection of items to show you today. I have some makeup, some kind of beauty bits, some clothes, some DVDs, and then some kind of miscellaneous things. So just keep watching to see what I have. So I'm just going to kick things off with some makeup bits, and the first thing I've really been enjoying using is the Maybelline New York 24-Hour Colour Tattoo Leather Effect, and this is in the shade Creamy Beige. Now this is a really nice like taupey brown colour that is just so nice with any makeup look. I feel like I could wear it every day and get away with it, and it's so buildable that you could have it light or dark on the lids, and you can also just put it on the lids and then apply something else on top. It works kind of like a primer and helps things stay a little bit longer as well, which is always a good thing. This stuff is just amazing. I think it's like £6 or £7 for the price, so it's really good. The one thing I will say about this is this seems to be the only one I've used so far from the Leather Effects range that is actually blended nicely. Now I also have the purple one, and I think I have the silver one as well, and they just do not go on the lids very nicely at all. This is the only one that blends nice. So if you are going to pick one up, I would probably just recommend this one. Another beauty favourite I've been loving this month is the 17 Stay Time Long Wear Primer. Now this stuff is a tinted primer that is just super thick, it smooths onto the skin flawlessly, and it makes your makeup last all day. It just does exactly what it says it should do. It was actually my mum that recommended this to me. She'd been going on and on about her primer for about a good 3 or 4 months, and I had been saying how she'd been repurchasing it and that it was so good for the price, and I didn't really take any notice. And then quite recently, like in the last few weeks, she took it out when we were speaking about makeup and put it on my hand, and I was converted. This stuff is amazing. As I said, it is tinted, so it does go into the skin tinted, but at the same time I think this actually makes it better if possible. I feel like it just hides blemishes a little bit better than any other primer out there, and it is a super thick consistency, and you can feel it drying on your skin as you're rubbing it in. It's the best thing I've ever used for a primer. I'm not a huge fan of primers. I find that they're too wet and they end up slipping off my skin and make my makeup slip off my skin with them, but this stuff stays put for hours. It is just such an amazing primer. Now I've had one lip product that I've been really loving, especially the past few weeks. It's ever since I did my Anastasia Steele makeup tutorial. I have been loving the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Lip Liner, and this in the shade East End Snob. This is such a pretty like pinky beige colour, and it is a matte lip, so it does really stand out in the lips even more. People say that this is like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. Whether or not that is true, I have no idea, because unfortunately I've never tried that. But this stuff is amazing. It's been the only thing I've really been wearing for the past couple of weeks, and I can't recommend it enough. It just looks so beautiful on the lips and it really defines them, which makes it even better. So yeah, I would totally recommend this. Moving on from makeup, the perfume that I've been loving using this month is the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt Cologne. Now I got this a little bit before Christmas, and I pretty much wore it non-stop over Christmas, and I've recently just picked it up and started wearing it again, and I've been wearing it pretty much every day this month. That's how much I've been enjoying it. I think it's because I bought it over Christmas. It reminds me of like that time of year, so now I kind of associate the smell with Christmas, so it's just so nice putting it on and being just like, it's like memories in a bottle pretty much. It's just such a nice like musky, fresh kind of scent that I think when you first smell it you're not too sure about it, and then you can't stop thinking about it. That's how I was anyway, and I've got other people kind of converted to it as well. And Jo Malone, before I tried this, was actually never a brand that I would ever go for, was really interested in, and now I have so many of their products, and it's because I started using this, and it's just, I think it'll always be my favourite Jo Malone cologne. Now on to a few more fashion related bits, and I don't really normally do fashion on my blog, but there's been a few things that I've been a little obsessed with this month, so I thought I would just go ahead and share them with you. Now the first thing is a pair of trousers. Now these are from Primark. They are just plain black, kind of like stretchy trousers, and they've got kind of like a seam down in the middle. I don't know if you can see that very well. and a zip on the side. Now what I like about these is that I'm not a huge fan of jeans, but these are kind of like skinny jeans but in trouser form. So they've kind of got like the trouser material, which is more comfortable, it's more stretchy, which is always a nice thing, and they're just really flattering on and something I've been wearing like non-stop recently. So I think I might actually go pick up another pair of these. Another more fashion related item that I've been loving is this bag. Now I actually got this in a vintage shop for £4, so it was super cheap. It was from Retrospect in Aberdeen, which I always like to go in there just like maybe once a month just to see what new bags they have, because I have quite a few vintage bags from there. But what really stood out for me about this one was the detailing. It's just so nice. It's like sewn in flowers. I just think it is so pretty and it's such a nice size. Like I like taking things like this to the cinema when I just need a few things like cards, lipstick, you're ready to go with something like this. So I'm really happy I managed to pick this up. Now I've really been trying to get back into reading this month, and a book that I've really been loving the past few weeks is I Was Here by Gail Forman. Now don't let the fact that it's taken me a few weeks to get about halfway through put you off it in any way. I just haven't had the time that I've wanted to read it, but it is such an amazing book. Now this book is by the author of If I Stay, which is another really great book, definitely one that you should read. But if anything, I think I actually like this one more. Whereas If I Stay was more of an established relationship and it was more about family and the girl's decision whether or not to stay with her boyfriend or be with her family. This one, the girl, the main character, her best friend has died and she's trying to figure out why she committed suicide. And she meets this guy and she kind of has a thing for him, but she hates him at the same time because she kind of blames him for her friend's death in the beginning. And it just kind of, it shows you them establishing a relationship while trying to get over what's happened and find out why her friend killed herself. It's just such a good book. I cannot recommend it enough, and it's definitely one that I'll be recommending to everyone I know, so please go out and read it. And if you do read it, tell me what you think about it, comment below, because I just love hearing about what other people think of books and I would love to hear what you think about this one. Now I seem to go through phases with DVDs. Like I won't watch them for like months and months and months, and then I'll pick one out and then I will watch it over and over and over again. In the space of a week I'll end up watching it like 7 times. And that has happened for Cocktail. Now this is an old favourite of mine. Tom Cruise at his best, at his most beautiful, I think. This is just such a good movie. It's about this guy who's called Brian, who is a bar wizard, and him and his friend want to establish a bar business. But after a falling out, he goes to Jamaica to find work and he meets this girl, and like it's a lot of drama pretty much, but it's just such a good movie. I'm probably terrible at describing it, but I just cannot recommend this enough. I don't think it's like one of his most known movies. Like whenever I ask people, have you seen Cocktail, they say no, which is odd to me because it's one of the, I don't really know that many Tom Cruise movies, and this is one of the only ones I know, and it's like the best. So if you haven't seen this, please go and watch it because it is so good. You are missing out if you haven't seen it. Now the last item in my favourites I have to show you is a little bit different. It's not something I would normally probably share as a favourite, but I've been a little bit obsessed with using it this month. And it is the Apple TV box. Now a friend of mine came around with this just before Christmas. We were going to watch a movie and he ended up leaving it at my house and saying just to keep it at my house for now, and I wasn't really interested to begin with, like using it. I just thought I could use Sky. What has this got that Sky hasn't? Evidently quite a lot. This thing is great for me because we have Sky multi-room in my house, and in my room there is Sky but I can't record things, and this thing always has everything pretty much, well not everything, but a lot of the stuff that's on demand on Sky on this. So if I've missed anything, want to catch up, I can just plug this in and chances are that the program I want to watch is on there, which is amazing. It connects up to Netflix, so I can watch like Orange is the New Black, Suits, things like that. I've been watching Suits a lot. If you've seen my January favourites, you'll know that. So I've been watching Suits a lot on this. It also connects with your phone and your laptop and your iPad, so you can stream like videos, movies, YouTube videos from your laptop onto the screen of your TV through this, and also music through your phone to this. So you can listen to music as if it was an iPod dock or something. So this is such a great multi-use thing. I've become so obsessed with it now that I think if my friend does come to take it away, I'm gonna have to buy myself a new one because it's just such a good thing to have. I think it's just so handy and definitely worth the money. So that was my favourites from this month. As I said, it was quite a big mix of different things. I wouldn't normally show this many non-beauty things, but I seem to have been liking more non-beauty things than beauty things, which is odd probably for a beauty blogger, but there we go. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and as always, I please urge you to comment below with any recommendations on anything you want to see me do, or recommendations for books or anything like that, and please comment if you have read I Was Here and tell me what you thought of it. Thanks a lot, categories, but how strong they are of use. So I have 3 here, and I'm going to start with the lightest of 3, I think, which is probably surprised some people because I think a lot of people use this one, and it is the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. Now, just the word intensive I think makes it seem like it's going to be super hydrating and thick.